Oh boy. You hear that? That's me rubbing my hands together because my word, it's getting horribly close. It's exactly 2 weeks and counting to San Diego Comic-Con preview night. So don't forget Wednesday. We're what, 5:45 right now, so we're talking quarter 10 on the West Coast, which means this time next week you will either find me leaving Broken Yoke, heading into Broken Yoke, or at least heading down towards the convention center, because Nerd Christmas has arrived. 2 weeks and counting. Wow. I keep getting notifications that my Wi-Fi is dropping out, but I suspect I've kind of worked it out. It's because I've got like 8 different, no, I've got more than that, different tabs up and running. We've got so much stuff. This is probably not going to last you 10 minutes. Good morning, Chuck. How the devil are you? Welcome along. So 14 days to go. Hopefully your preparations are going well. Hopefully you've had the chance to have a look through some of the exclusives. We're going to talk about those in a minute. Like I say, I have a number of tabs open. What I do with my tabs, by the way, I mean, this is how my threads is currently looking. Oh, God, another one as well. Yeah, we're going to get into that in a minute. Yeah, we've got basically, it's certainly here on the right-hand side, I have myself 2 tabs, which is SDCC and Comic-Con on auto refresh. So I'm seeing the new updates. Yes, there you go, another Funko, which I might as well just very quickly. I know I should have just. I'm just ridiculous, isn't it? Let me just get this saved. At least it's out of the way then, and we can go through it all in a minute. But yes, it's all. This is how it's all. My my updates are kind of rolling through, and it does seem to be a lot of Funko at the moment. But we've got ourselves some stuff like this. We've got the Paramount Lodge. That's a mock-up, I believe, of what we can expect to see in San Diego. But yeah, that's how my that's how my windows are currently looking at the moment. So let's go through these tabs one by one, and at least then we can kind of like talk about things that I've spotted over the course of the last couple of hours. Number one, Camilla D'Errico, who I'm a huge fan of. She's a fantastic artist, and she's done some Sailor Moon pins, which are going to be available at her booth. She's debuting these pins at booth 4723, and she's also going to be putting them on her online shop on July 24th. She's just an amazing artist. She always does some quality stuff, and yeah, really looking forward to seeing those. I mean, there you go. If you are a Sailor Moon fan, could be one for your fandom in the house. So all well and good. Yeah, do check out Erica's stuff. Very cool. As you may or may not have heard already as well, Star Trek as part of Paramount Plus's Lodge in the Gaslamp District. Not only are they going to be doing that, which we've just seen a little bit of a picture of. In fact, we'll go to the Paramount Plus page in a second. But yeah, we're seeing a nice big panel that's going to be taking place in Hall H on Saturday, 1:45. So yes, your Star Trek is getting that center slot one more time in Hall H. You've got yourself Strange New World, Lower Decks, Section 31, and Starfleet Academy all appearing on stage. So that's going to be quite a big one for your Trekkie in the family, if you're going to be able to get in to Hall H, of course, on a Saturday. Plenty of stuff when it comes to what they've got lined up. The Lodge is going to be at the Happy Does Bar on 340 Fifth Avenue in San Diego, running over the course of the weekend, so from Thursday through to Sunday. Wednesday is open as well. Oh, no, so yeah, Wednesday to Sunday. What am I on about? 6 till 10, 12 till 10, and then 10 till 7. Happy does seem to be a consistent Gaslamp home of Paramount Plus now. Yeah, I mean, when I was there 2 years ago, I think it was the first time they did something in that location. And my word, they went full on when it came to dressing up. It looked amazing. So they go all out, and Paramount Plus do make a lot of effort on it. So yeah, very cool indeed. There's that picture. I was hoping to see that picture again for the outside of it, but okay, never mind. All well and good though. Star Trek will be making quite the appearance at San Diego. Very, very cool indeed. That one's all done as well. What else have I spotted? Yeah, as part of your exclusives and the things that you can pick up as well, we have ourselves Super 7, who have got themselves a bunch of stuff as part of their threads. If you do check them out at Super 7, it's also their Instagram post as well, but stuff like their Sesame Street blind box reaction figures, which are going to be one of 5 memorable character designs: Bert, Ernie, Oscar the Grouch, Orange Oscar the Grouch, and a chase design of a translucent Cookie Monster. Yeah, it looks like that's what they're doing for their stuff this year, debuting at Target and Urban Outfitters. But yeah, very cool indeed. Do check out Super 7 when it comes to their output, and of course check out their booth as well, because they are having a booth on the exhibition floor. We got the exclusive listings yesterday. The exclusive portal opened up. It's not going to be complete. Don't forget, if you are tempted to dive in and allocate all your points already, hang fire. Of course, we may have some additional signings. We may have additional bits and pieces as the panels are announced, because that will confirm the talents there, at which point they can then drop that onto the exclusives portal, because they don't want to do it now and they don't want to shoot their load. We will be getting details when it comes to panels as of tomorrow. So as of tomorrow, it's going to be the Thursday panels of what we can expect to see at San Diego. Chuck Cook reminds us as well, Super 7 does also have a retail shop on 8th Avenue, all the way down the other end of over there, 8th Avenue. Good news is, once you head over there, you can go across the road and go to Now or Never Comics. Result. So there we go. Andrew English is saying hello as well. Good evening, Andrew. What else we got? I'm rattling through these. So like I say, as part of the exclusives that we saw, we did see that 100 Soft are going to be as part of the exclusive portal. And one of the things that they're doing is a, yeah, very nice indeed, the Dumpster Stump by 100% Soft, teamed up with Christopher Lee. Not that Christopher Lee, whole other Christopher Lee, which is a vinyl figure. I actually wanted the original of the Dumpster Fire, which I believe they did. I always wanted that. It was gorgeous. But this is another one. It's a horror themed with a, yeah, it looks rather cute, does that? It's yeah, look at this thing. Twilight Limited Edition, and is going to be available as part of the exclusives on their booth. So yeah, if you are tempted by that, you can either get yourself on the exclusive portal and do your best to secure your point, or get yourself over to 1335 in a desperate hope that they'll have some left. There you go. That is the 100% Soft digital exclusive, the Dumpster Swamp Twilight Edition. Very tasty indeed. Slowly but surely going through these tabs in my browser. We've got this one here, which is interesting, but I'm curious to know exactly what the let's get rid of that. So, yeah, I want to get rid of this. Thank you. This is on Bleeding Cool, and it's a J-pop star, Lisa, Lisa, giving her first live US concert in 10 years for the Crunchyroll concert series. It's going to be a once-in-a-lifetime anime and music experience. Crunchyroll are really going to be taking over the Raddy Shell with global J-pop sensation Lisa. Concert is free to all San Diego Comic-Con badge holders, and it's her first US concert in 10 years. It's going to be on Friday, doors opening at 5, so there you go. That kind of like confirms what's happening on that evening. A whole bunch of anime theme songs going to be performed. It's going to be quite a popular show, but this really, if you're into your anime and if you're into this kind of thing. So yeah, it's a free concert though. Like I say, concert is free to all San Diego Comic-Con badge holders. Result. Could be some cute entertainment as well for anybody who's going to be lining up for Hall H, and at least they can listen in while they're lining up for that. So it's going to be a concert for not only those that are in the Raddy Shell, but also going to be anyone who's lining up outside on the Harbour Drive. Yeah, not too shabby as a free concert goes. Very cool. Right, a couple of things that got announced. I'm going to do this one first because it's going to be a little bit of self-promotion for my little effort, which is the Convention Collective, and I'd like to thank Dan for getting this up. I have no idea how to pronounce this particular company. RSVLTS, Results? Is it Results? Announcing San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, and it's not just T-shirts. We're talking all sorts of bits and pieces with 3 different booths happening around the convention floor. You've got 2019K, 3735, and 2024. Roosevelt's, is it? Oh, there you go. You learn something new every day. Hawaiian T-shirts, Squints T-shirts, men's floral shirts, and men's shirts. Very cute indeed. If I can just zoom in a bit, a little bit further. There we go. Yeah, all very much relevant to the con merchandise. So you're talking your episode 1, Charge Us to the Rescue. I do quite like the Floral City San Diego one. Yeah, they're rather cute, aren't they? Yeah, love their stuff. And yeah, you know what? I might just have to swing by and grab myself a shirt because there's some rather cute designs in there. And heaven knows that my my wardrobe does need seriously updating. Chuck Cook, love their stuff. Yeah, it's very nice indeed. What's this? Chuck a Toilet. It looks like Paramount is going to be taking over the Hard Rock with some SpongeBob themed things. So Mary Jane's might be SpongeBob themed this year. Interesting. Okay. Thank you very much indeed for that. Keep us up to date with that. That'd be interesting to see. But there we go. Yeah, at least I've been told. Thank you very much indeed for letting me know. Roosevelt's are bringing their stuff and nonsense to various booths around the convention floor. There's been several posts along the lines of what on earth to do to survive San Diego Comic-Con. So there's been a couple of posts that have been put up, one of which I actually contributed to, which I'm incredibly honored to do because heaven knows the people involved with that was invited to take part in this, put together by good friends of the podcast, comic book couples counseling. So the pair of them, Brad and Lisa, put together this amazing post of 46 tips and tricks from the likes of Skybound, Chris Hacker from Oblivion Bar. You've got Heather Antos in here. You've got Gail Simone, you've got Sarah Meyer, you've got Jeremy Snow from the Weekly Grind, you've got Kerry Dixon from the Unofficial Blog. She was asked and she contributed, and I've got a couple in there as well. So if you want to dive in, please head to comicbookcouplescounseling.com and check out the post Surviving San Diego Comic-Con. I'm rather proud of the contribution I put forward to that. So there's some really good tips in there as well. So if you're watching this and you're watching on Twitter or Facebook, or wherever you're watching, and perhaps you are unsure about what you can expect, some really good tips and tricks in this, especially when it comes to just basics, things that you might even just forget to check out. Really good article, I thought, and I'm rather proud to have been a contributor to it. So there we go. However, I did come across this as well. And not only am I impressed with it by just the way it's designed and the way it's being put together, but also the wealth of information in this. Chuck might be interested in this, what with his missus being in the food eatery reviewing space. Check this out. This is from sandiego.eater.com. Where to eat and drink at this year's Comic-Con. Comic-Con International is returning to San Diego Convention Center running July 25th to July 28th. At which point you've got a Google map here on the side and you think to yourself, oh well and good, that's cute. And you've got yourself a little bit of a scrollable side here leaning with full address, telephone numbers, visit website, book with open table. So it's everything is in there when it comes to information you may need. But then you can also say, for example, you are staying in this neck of the woods of the city, and you want to find out more about this particular restaurant, and you get it's a little bit closer, and it gives you a full description of it and where it is, how to book, opening Google Maps, and it's just a very, very impressive presentation of where to eat and drink in San Diego. I am going to tear through this like nobody's business. This is just a wealth of information. This is very, very cool indeed. Prohibition. I like the look of that. A penguin-inspired gentleman of crime. Okay, subterranean speakeasy. What? I'm down with that. Provides perfect secret hideaway for post-con drinks. Among its well-crafted cocktails is one dreamed up for Comic-Con: the Gentleman of Crime Dogs, Batman villain, the Penguin, and his penchant for purple, with a mix of whiskey, lemon, and oob. You know what? I'm gonna tear through this website and really go through. Very, very, very cool indeed. Yes. I think someone's just spotted did I go to something there? If I just click, was it that one? No, I think I clicked on something else. Basically, Solicitor Speg spotted something. Is it bad that the heart makes me want to eat there? Yes. Hey, show me the class, sir. You never know. Music is food for the soul, isn't it? But that is at the Westgate Hotel. I think the Wonder Woman playing the harp is possibly a bad deal. But yeah, you might have a point there. Chuck Cook, the San Diego Eater is pretty good. The editor is excellent. So yeah, this is just a really well presented. Is that Hudson and Nash? Hello, where's that? Inside the Hilton Bayfront Hotel. I didn't even know it had been given a Comic-Con makeover. This is awesome. And I would highly recommend checking this out. sandiego.eater.com/maps Comic-Con San Diego food, drink, restaurants, bars. Excellent. That's a brilliant page and well worth checking out. That is fantastic. Right. Some other articles that kind of caught my eye as well. We'll go with the good news first. Distillery, who are going to be talking to us tomorrow. So I will be bringing this up. Basically, Distillery are now exclusively distributed by Diamond Comic Distributors. Obviously, this is a little bit more inside baseball than you would expect, but considering that Distillery are making some serious waves when it comes to getting their books out, this is a incredible partnership between one of the biggest distributors of comics and a fledgling title, which is just not only hitting the floor running, but breaking world records while doing it. This is impressive. Chip Mosier is going to be on the show tomorrow. We're going to be doing a special show. What I might be doing is going online live with one of these, the catching ups, a little bit early, around 5:30, something like that. But at 6 o'clock, we are going to be talking to Chip about Distillery, about their first year, about what they're going to be bringing to San Diego Comic-Con, and their nominations for the Eisners as well. So very, very cool indeed. Distillery now distributed by Diamond. Let's now then, however, go to a little bit of the sour news, as it were. I know something that I haven't done, and I'm going to get to it. I'm going to leave it to at the end, and that is all the Funko stuff. Trust me, it's on the way. Comic-Con may leave San Diego over hotel price gouging, say organizers. This has been posted today. I'd say within the last, half an hour. Rob Salkowitz is a very good writer. He has some very good connections with the CCI high-ups. He knows his stuff. He knows the lay of the land, and he knows the way that conventions and indeed the business works. San Diego Comic-Con celebrating its 55th anniversary, but how much longer will the world's oldest and largest pop culture festival remain in its namesake city? We would never want to leave, says David Glanzer, but if push came to shove and it became untenable for us, it's something we would certainly have to look into. As event planners, we are always contacted by different cities, and it would be reckless for us to not at least acknowledge that. That is David Glanzer and CCI firing shots 2 weeks out from San Diego Comic-Con 2024. Toby's saying, how much of this is rumor? I'm sorry, but when Rob's writing it and when David Glanzer is saying it, at the end of the day, you have to take it seriously. The sticking point for the convention is the behavior of some of the hotels in the area. For decades, SDCC has negotiated block rates for rooms they offer out to out-of-town attendees, exhibitors, professionals, and guests at a discount. Typically, the more deluxe hotels within walking distance run $275 to $335 a night, and ones further out can be had for as low as $215. Competition for the rooms in the desired hotels has become so intense, the day the reservations open have become known as Hotel Apocalypse. He spelt it wrong. Nice try, Rob. Yeah, nice try, Mr. Sakowitz. Recently, Glanzer said some hotels have been making fewer and fewer rooms available in the blocks, knowing they can charge top dollar on the open market. Rates for non-block rooms during Comic-Con weekend at some of the bigger hotels can go for 2 or 3 times the ordinary season rate, and even smaller hotels and B&Bs in the area charge significantly more to take advantage of the peak demand. None of this is new. We knew this, but it's the comments and the quotes from David Glanzer that makes this noteworthy. Many of the hotels downtown have been incredibly wonderful to us. They've allowed us to use meeting space. They've given us huge room blocks. They've kept their rates very competitive. But it's tough when those hotels offer a competitive rate and then a hotel that chooses not to be in the room block charges an exorbitant amount of money. That means that people who work with us end up losing out. Glanzer said this problem continues to get worse despite being more hotels being built nearby. It has nothing to do, or it doesn't have anything to do with supply. It has to do with allocated room blocks in those properties. Wow. At the end of the day, let's have a look at this. With its lease coming due, and longtime SDCC Executive Director Faye Desmond stepping back from a full-time role with the organization after this year's show, CCI is at a turning point. The current board and a new showrunner might be inclined to explore options elsewhere if that gives the event more chance to grow and accommodate the vast and growing audience for comics, entertainment, art collectibles, games, movies, and community that has made Comic-Con the center of the pop culture universe. Damn. This is crazy. It's becoming real that they could easily walk away. We don't want to leave, but we've run conventions in Oakland, San Francisco, Los Angeles, Anaheim, San Jose, and they were very successful. I think there are a lot of cities that would want to accommodate us. That is shots fired, and it's fired at the city of San Diego. You do not want to lose our business for this week. Simple as. So let's just make room rates are crazy. Even Airbnbs have gotten kind of crazy. Tell me about it. Chuck a Toilet says, so Toby, I bring that rumor up as I remember hearing this similar issue being brought up over the years in Con State. Yes, when they were settled, and this is pre-COVID, and this is when Comic-Con could quite happily, they had a big hammer to swing around. But now it's a case of the convention is cooling down a little bit. We don't know what this show is going to be like this year. I think a lot of people will see the money that still comes in to the city for this year and decide whether they want to actually stay on board. I personally think this is a big deal. And like I say, with David Glanzer saying things, this is not someone just sort of messing around. They're saying things to mean things. This is not a random post. This is being put up here for a reason. Chuck Cook, I think you're absolutely right. I think it is a negotiation tactic. There are substantial difficulties moving elsewhere. Correct. But like I say, shots fired. This isn't a random post. And I think if at the end of the day, I think Rob Salkowitz will have written it because it's relevant to his interests, it's relevant to his readership, it's relevant to what he does. David Glanzer will have said it for a reason. I don't think you say things like this on a site like Forbes without some serious motivation. Toby, I can't see them moving elsewhere and surviving. A lot of the other cities they mentioned aren't as attractive for this con. Correct. I still think it's very much old school idea that it's San Diego Comic-Con. It's their home. It's their traditional home. And taking San Diego out of the title, it's very difficult. But at the end of the day, you have to go where you are feeling welcome. And if you're not feeling welcome somewhere, you go somewhere else. So let's just make Comic-Con will do well wherever they go. They are the Comic Convention's gold standard, but San Diego Comic-Con needs SDCC. I have little empathy for the hotels. It's just plain price gouging. Can I please have that text in big, bold letters and possibly as my banner on my social media? Yeah, absolutely right. Interesting stuff. Go and check that article out, Forbes.com, Rob Salkowitz, and find his latest post. It's there on the site, and it's worth checking out. Right, very quickly, let me just pull up Chrome, and let's go to my threads, because knowing my luck, I am going to have a look, and there will be yet another Funko that has been posted. Because over the last 2 hours, we have had nothing but. It's just been. Yes, we do. We got another one. Oh, good lord! Is it the last one? Let's have a look. Yes, it is. Most recent one, anyway. Okay. Let me just save this, and then we're going to go through the Funkos that have been announced so far. At least let's just cover it. I know that a number of people aren't into Funkos, and I get it, and I've kind of fallen by the wayside of Funko by this point. But at the end of the day, it's still a thing, and we have to kind of cover it. So let's just go through and see what you think of these. These have all been announced, like I say, over the last couple of hours. We have ourselves the slots that are available on the hello there, Andrew. How the devil are you, sir? Yeah, these the slots have been announced. Fans are going to go for them. It's going to be a very popular stand, and these are very popular items, so we can't ignore them. Simple as. Let's have a look at this. We've got ourselves a supersized pop. Not only we have a glitter version that's limited at 1,500 pieces, but also a standard version of a supersized pop for Baymax from Big Hero 6, of course. We have a mashup for DC of Batman, Superman, Fusion. Yeah, big stuff. This one's going to be rather popular, I think. Freddy Deadpool. No idea where on earth you can get hold of that. Is it going to be on the booth? Because that one I can imagine will sell or go very, very quickly indeed. But it is a Freddy mold with a Deadpool paint job. So there we go. Demon Slayer, Shinipu Kosho, which is very, very cute indeed. We've got ourselves an Edna mode from The Incredibles, so nice little Pixar one there. Godzilla has gotten themselves, and I actually thought that was going to be a super-sized pop, but it isn't. Jujutsu Kaisen, so into the anime stuff. They've got Satoru Gojo. Marvin the Martian, that is the one that is literally just been announced. That's literally just hit the wire. We're going to find all of these. I suspect everything that we've seen the list of so far, we're going to get announced over the next hour or so. So we're going to get them all. Possibly my favorite at the moment, which is the Muppets Comic with Tea. If anything, because I like tea. But I do like that one. Very cool indeed. Naruto Shippuden. Like I say, all of these are going to be available on the booth if you manage to get yourself a slot on the booth over the course of the weekend. One Piece, you got Scented Sugar. We've got a Pokemon Super Jumbo Supersize Pop. How big is that thing going to be? That's going to be a tall order. Getting that one home is going to be fun. Papa Smurf from the Smurfs, quite like that one as well. That's rather cute. I've actually had somebody ask me if I can get a hold of this one. Snoopy! I quite like that as well with, yeah, lots of birds on the top. Very cool indeed. Now, this one got shared by a bunch of people, including the guy who actually created him. So Spider-Boy is available as part of their Marvel range, leaping in the air, so with a clear base there. These two have caught a lot of people's attention. Of course, it is Thrawn and Vader as well, which has got itself a dark red paint job for Rogue One. But there is also a Diamond Collection glitter version of Thrawn. 3,000 pieces limited edition of that. I can imagine that's going to be a big ticket item. There is a vaporizing Netflix Stranger Things pop as well. Strange design for a pop, but there you go. Speaking of which, we're in Stranger Things. They're also doing with Mondo on the site. They are doing a glow in the dark soft vinyl toy as well. So you've got the Demogorgon, which is available open and closed with its beak there, but that is going to be available on the stand as well with the all of the glow in the dark paintwork there, rather suited to the Mondo ethos. Very nice indeed. Itty Bitty Pops, they get in a set of these from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You've got it looks like 4 different types of the boxing. Certainly 1, 2, 3 different types there, I can tell. But yeah, they're available or will be available as Itty Bitty Pops. I quite like the cute Itty Bitty Pops, but if you're a a Turtles fan, even more so. Zero the dog from Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas. I have been asked by Mark Serby to get hold of that, but hey, it's going to be difficult because I think that's going to be very popular as well, as is this Marvel X-Men, based off the comic design as well. So you're talking Mr. Sinister from more the comics rather than the actual, say, X-Men 92. But very cute design, and Mr. Sinister is getting himself very much ramped up. Marvel are even teasing that Mr. Sinister may be the next big bad for the MCU, because he seems to get himself a lot of traction. They did kind of like shoehorn him as the big bad for the X-Men comics. So, yeah, it looks like Mr. Sinister is getting himself quite the profile. Loungefly at the back end. You've got yourself one of their backpacks. You've got yourself the a little wallet purse effort as well, and you also have an enamel pin. All of these are going to be part of the Loungefly section of the airport, which is Funko Air, which is their branding for this time round. That's rather nice. I do quite like the design work, and also Loungefly do make some very nice bits and pieces indeed. The only hiccup I will say, that thing there, the backpack, they're teeny tiny. They're teeny tiny things. So yeah, hey, it's only if you're a fan, and if you are, you may be able to fit that purse into that bag. We've got ourselves recently announced within the last 20 minutes or so, Yujigo Elemental Hero Flame Wingman, and I think we've got ourselves just one more, which is Xenon Girl, or Xenon Girl of the Century, 21st Century. I don't know this property. I have no idea what that is, but it looks like a rocker with a very funky haircut playing a guitar. Whoopee. There you go. If that's something that tickles your fancy, have at it. Stick your points down for Funko, and it could be up for you. However, like I say, I think the most popular ones are going to be the Star Wars ones. That Vader is very tasty indeed. But Chuck is absolutely right. I mean, if I'm going to pick, say, my top 3 out of the ones that we've, so not a combat pack, you may be able to get a couple of protein bars in there, but that's about it. And they're about $80. They're not cheap. If I'm going to pick the ones that I would personally like to take home, if I go for top 3, Spider-Boy, I quite like. If anything, I just like the design. I'm not necessarily keen on the character, to be fair, but I do quite like the design. I love the Snoopy. That's very, very tasty indeed. I do quite like the Papa Smurf, but I think I'm with. Oh yeah, I do quite like the Kermit as well, but I think I'm with Chuck as well. I may need Marvin. He said that is amazing. I may need it because also it happens to be one of Caroline's favorite characters. So somewhere along the lines, I may have to dig deep and find my way into getting one of those back in the luggage on the way home. So there we go. Cool beans. Let's just go very quickly back to the threads page, see if there's anything new that's been quickly announced. Because, like I say, they've been dropping these over the course of the last couple of hours, and literally as I open my mouth, good lord, we've got ourselves another one. It's Voltron, everybody. So let's go to this page here. Oh dearie me. So we've got, oh yeah, that was rather cool down there. Yeah, we know about this. Timber of Geeks told about this, but here we go. Voltron. Super Saiyan Pop, and it's going to be limited to 5,000 pieces. If you are a Voltron fan, that is going to be possibly in your wish list. Available at Funkoville International Airport, which is basically that corner of Hall F over the course of the weekend. And available, of course, if you get yourself a exclusive slot as part of the exclusive portal currently open on the Comic-Con website. So comic-con.org. Go to your member ID and select it if that's what you want to do. Like I say, though, for myself, hang fire, because we are going to find out sooner or later exactly what the full lineup for exclusives are going to be once we have our panels, which is going to be starting tomorrow. So please do join me as we do our first panels look-see. There's not going to be too many. It's Thursday after all, but it's the first proper day of the con, so we'll find out exactly what's happening on Wednesday as well, see if there's anything being presented upstairs in Ballroom 20. We'll also find out what our first initial panels are, and we'll rattle through as many as we possibly can. Phil with Life of V, and yeah, I agree with this. Loungefly mini backpacks, just purses. I have a few Loungefly backpacks, wallets, and crossbody purses. There was one which was Boba Fett, which was about 5-6 years ago, and I was going to buy it, and I think I was asked to buy it by a friend, and then we saw it in real life and thought that's just not worth it. It's too small. But if you're a fan, of course, it's up to you. So that's us. Thank you very much indeed for joining us today. Once again, back again tomorrow. We will do our chat. What I suspect we'll do is we'll do our chat with Chip Moja from Distillery, and then we'll go dive into panels. So please do join me tomorrow around, well, certainly for the Distillery chat, it is going to be at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. GMT. So please do join me for that. And then we'll dive into panels and do that as a separate broadcast, so at least nicely spread out, so you can watch the Distillery one back all on its own. It's getting a bit crazy, isn't it? Panels at 5. Yes, but like I say, I think they're going to do the Wednesday and the Thursday ones tomorrow. If we find out some more information, I mean, like I say, let's very quickly go to, you know what, with all the stuff that's been coming in, I haven't even had the chance to have a quick look at the Toucan blog. At the moment, they haven't posted anything. It's yesterday's Toucan blog, which is the navigating the exhibit hall. So that was yesterday. So we have no release time as yet. But what they have done in previous years is drop the panels pretty much around 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. So as we have found in the past, when we've done our panel overview on a Sunday, and we've just done the whole thing, it's been 2 hours. About halfway through, they've dropped Sunday. So we kind of get the Sunday panels while we're on air. But we're going to try and break it up throughout the course of the day. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting setup. A couple of things just to go back to the not the threat, but certainly the comments from CCI about they may feel the need to leave the city if they are not getting the best deal for their attendees via hotels. Chuck Cook saying there's roughly 45 100 volunteers that make San Diego Comic-Con work. Many of them work local, and many with many, many years of experience. It's non-trivial to spin up in a new city. I get it. I understand. But I think David had to say this to make sure that the hotels are fully aware that the option is there for them to leave, and all of that money would be then just left on the table. And frankly, there's only so many Esris to go around. Who knows? Something you need to keep in mind, they've got themselves a business to license San Diego Comic-Con International in other cities. They are starting to spin that off. The ties can be severed. Just keep it in mind. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. I would usually at this point then just go straight to the 14 days. You hear some clicking of the old mouse as I shut things down. But for Chuck and for one of these shows only, I'm going to do this for you. Thank you very much indeed for joining us today. I will see you again tomorrow, talking to Distilleries, Chip Mosier, and talking our first day of panels, 2 weeks and counting. So we're talking the Thursday panels tomorrow. Could be interesting. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. And yeah, keep your eyes on my Threads account because I'm resharing as much as I possibly can. See you soon. Bye-bye.